And now, join your hosts, Keith Reynolds and Charlene Chamberlain.
Well, good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee. I'm Keith Reynolds, the host, and I'm here with my show co-host, Charlene Chamberlain. And Char, we got another show co-host.
We do. You are such a lucky man. We have some beautiful women on our show
Yes,
this
we do.
morning. We really do.
We really do.
We're here with the lovely Jacqueline Dixon.
Hi.
And Jacqueline, in her other life, other than when she's show-coing with us, is a reflexologist and a holistic health practitioner. So welcome to Morning Coffee. It's so good to have you with
guys.
us.
I'm so happy to be with
Nice
you.
to see you.
Thank you.
And who's
It's good
our
to be
other
seen.
lovely
And
lady?
our other lovely
down there?
lady is Supriya Jost. And Supriya is the founder of Blossom in Birth. Her organization helps women with natural childbirth. I think you have a natural childbirth preparation course that you offer
Yes, I did, yeah.
for pain-free, comfortable birthing.
Yes.
So welcome to
Pain-free?
Morning Coffee.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to ask, Keith.
Pain-free.
Yeah, well.
Sign him up.
Right.
Keith's going to be in my next class.
Right. I don't know. He has 6 children already.
Oh,
I don't,
really?
I don't know if there are any
Wonderful.
more on the way.
That's why I said I'm so fertilized. I'm shaking hands.
So
I'm
yes,
nervous
we
that
only-
I'm sitting
We only
beside
fist
him.
bump
Say
right
less.
here.
You just talk to him. That's it.
So,
It's
but
like-
actually, my classes have both the moms and dads in the classes because I'm really committed to having families go through what is a really important rite of passage, right?
Right.
Blossom and birth. Blossom is blossoming into becoming a family.
Yes.
And many of the people who come to my class are first time, so they really are blossoming to that experience. But each pregnancy is unique. Each baby is
Absolutely.
different. So I've had people come to the class who are having their 4th child.
Really?
Maybe they're not 7th yet, but
I got to
might
be
have
honest
them
with you. You ought to include blended families too. The kids. That's a big thing now. My family's blended, my kids, and it's neat for the siblings to kind of know what to expect from their brother or sister.
that's a great
Right.
idea.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because I always get asked, Dad, why is she doing that? That's
Yeah.
because that's what little sisters do to their big sisters.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful to have this time, and I kind of talk about my class as a date night because couples are so busy that they don't have time to just focus on each other and the baby.
Absolutely.
So-
The baby. No.
Yeah, well, baby's like a kind of important.
Yeah.
So the class is really fun, relaxed. I have like a whole big room filled with sofas and people just to get to focus on each other. So we do not only anatomy, physiology, what's creating what sensation.
What's sexier on date night than that?
Oh yeah, we talk about the JJs. We talk about the perineum, how to keep that intact.
Ooh.
Nice.
I'm very committed to women's
Very
perineums.
nice.
I'm not afraid to talk about it.
Someone has to be committed to it.
Really.
And I tell everybody that everybody in this room really wants to make sure that the perineum is happy and intact.
Yes.
So, and for those of you who may not know what that is, it's the skin as baby is birthing around that. And so there's a way to prevent trauma. Unfortunately, a lot of medicalized births are very traumatic to a woman's body. And knowledge is power, and my commitment is to share that knowledge. When you know what to do and what not to do, you can save your body like all this trauma.
And you can advocate for yourself. I'm
Yes.
such a fan of what you're doing because, like you said, knowledge is power. And when women and also their husbands or their partners, whoever is with them in that situation beside them, because they are going through a lot in that moment. When someone is there to advocate for them and knows what you've taught them, and they have that, and they can empower themselves to say to their doctor, this is what we want.
Right.
This is what we're committed to.
Right.
And we are informed. We're making an informed decision, and they can stand up for themselves. It helps them, get away from a lot of unnecessary, I think, sometimes medical intervention.
Absolutely.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, like we were talking right before the show started, you're in a heightened state of craziness sometimes in the
Sure,
hospital or wherever
yeah.
you are having your child. You can't even think straight.
Yeah.
So to
Yeah.
have these things in place and
Yes.
these decisions already solidified and to have your doctor know about it is a great thing.
Yes, and I prepare people with birth plans They know what to expect. They know how to talk and communicate. Some people don't have only one person going to be in their room, so they know how to talk and work with each of the care providers and make sure that they know that this is about them. This is what their baby is paramount, and the experience. So they're able to advocate for themselves, exactly. And also, I can't tell you how many women say, I would love for my partner to feel relaxed, able to comfort me, able to support me, because they're worried about their partner, you know? And so here they are in the middle of their birth, and to have a partner who knows how to support them, how to relax, knows what to expect, how to be their advocate, it takes off all this pressure, and so that they can really focus on being in their birth experience.
Right.
And the program that I've developed with Karen Shields, who's a certified nurse midwife at South Jersey Elmer, who's been on here. She's an amazing woman. She actually caught both my babies. I had water births for both my children. My daughter was the third baby born in the tub down at South Jersey Elmer.
Oh, nice.
10 years ago. So, and my son was born 9 pounds 6 ounces into the water, no tears, nothing.
That's great.
And that's what I teach.
That's a big baby.
It's a huge baby with a big square head.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's possible, and that's what I'm here to teach, how to do that. There's techniques that when you learn them, it's like you wouldn't take a test without prepping, right? You would open the book at least once.
At least once.
Right? You wouldn't run a 5K or a marathon without getting off the couch, right? So why do we think we can go to birth and wing it?
I think a lot of us get that message that it's, as women, it's what we're built to do.
And we are.
Of course, but I think it's, again, that empowerment. And also, it doesn't have to be this, it is scary and it's new, but it doesn't have to be this terrifying, like, mind-numbing pain when you have tools to center yourself, calm yourself, and be present in that moment.
Yes.
It's not to say it's not going to hurt.
That's when the girl starts, your little girl starts dating boys. That's where the caring and all the other stuff comes
That's
in.
when you talk about childbirth and pain.
That's
and
a real
stay
pain.
away.
We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
In a world where bankers have lost all interest, where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at Experian.co.uk.
Here at Freppes TEX-MEX, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppes because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppes TEX-MEX in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey there, everybody. This is Scott Tanker, host of Lunch with the Boss on RadioVisionNetwork.com. I want you to visit me each and every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, where we have special guests talking about the dynamics between employees and employers. We talk about their business. We let our audience know, that's you folks, what these businesses are all about and how we can make the working environment better, while at the same time learning about local businesses here in the Delaware Valley. So, I'm host of Lunch with the Boss. My name is Scott Tanker. I want to see you here every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Be there or be square. Thanks a lot.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Hi, welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm your guest co-host, Jacqueline Dixon. I'm here with my show co's Keith and Charlene.
She got it right.
She got it right.
Show co, you can stay.
High five, high five.
Am I going to get pregnant now?
I know.
Darn, I forgot about that.
Oops. Quick, get the hand sanitizer.
You should take a pregnancy test after this.
You just take my class.
I don't want to. Oh my God. We're here with Supriya Jost, the founder of Blossom Birth. Thank you so much for being with us again, Supriya.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank
really
you for
great.
having me. And I just wanted to thank you all for doing this show. What a
You're
cool
very
show
welcome.
you've created. And
You're
the
welcome.
topics are really awesome. I was checking out your archives.
And yeah, this is a fantastic, this particular segment's fantastic, because childbirth, I tell you parents out there that are expecting, you become the richest person in the world, because, you know, the kids are priceless, really.
Yeah.
So
I felt the same way when I adopted my cat, so you should adopt an animal.
I
The
did
kids
that.
aren't right for you.
I did owe that. I did too.
Well, I have to say that one of the most beautiful gifts you can give a child is a drug-free beginning. You know, I think we all know that drugs, it's better to not have drugs for your baby's benefit. So
Absolutely.
if that's possible, that's what we want to do. And that's what this class is about. What I'm committed to doing is helping provide people with education so that they have choices.
Yes.
And parents have come into the class who have had a traumatic first birth, and they've talked about how their baby wasn't able to latch, they were groggy, they had the effects of the drugs in their system, and they wanted something different. You know, they knew there was something else. And I have to tell you, for my baby's births, they come out and they're so vibrant. You know,
Yeah.
the chances that my son went straight to nursing. I mean, he was so hungry. He was 9 pounds 6 ounces, and so it's like there's this different way of bonding, connecting. My personal commitment, because I am a certified holistic health counselor, I work with people and their belief systems. And one of the most important events in our lives is our birth, right? Birth informs our entire life, whether it was a traumatic birth, a birth where we're isolated, we're not put with our mother. All of these beliefs are implanted in those first few moments, actually first 7 moments, as well as in utero.
Sure.
So when there's education, when there's relaxation techniques in utero for the baby, not only does it change the mother's entire chemistry,
changes the baby.
it changes the baby.
Absolutely.
If you think about it, when you're stressed out, your body's acidic, that's where disease grows.
Absolutely.
When you're relaxed, and that's the program what I teach is the relaxation and breathing techniques, when your body's oxygenated, you're alkaline. And then baby gets to swim and thrive in this alkaline state. You know, so you're giving this child, that's why I say people come to the class when you're 6, 7 months pregnant, because your baby's going to get the benefit of being in your relaxed body.
I
And
do want to say, I want to say, just also as a holistic health counselor and a reflexologist, I know that there's no one-size-fits-all approach for anyone, whether it's for childbirth or, you know, diet or anything. And I don't think any of us would advocate that if you need outside medical help, you shouldn't get it.
Right.
But again, going back to knowledge is power and education, try this. Try, you know, educating yourself with something like Blossom Birth. It's worth giving that to yourself, to your partner, and obviously to your baby, because there's nothing wrong with having extra tools in your toolkit. You know?
Thank
Like,
you. That is
there's nothing wrong
exactly
with that.
it. My motto is don't be scared, get prepared. Right?
Yes.
You would study for a test, you would train for a race.
Absolutely.
Get ready. So you have tools that when that first surge, and we call them surges, we don't say contractions, because
It's a nicer word.
There's only one experience, very limited experience when you have a word contraction, right? Think about it. It's tightening, right?
Yes.
Right.
And so what we teach here is that a lot of what discomfort is, it comes from tension and tightening of the muscles around the uterine muscle while the uterus is trying to get the baby out.
Yeah, right. So you've got a dynamic here that's going. It's like
So
back
it's
and
pain.
forth. Right.
And pain is your messenger. So we learn how to find your place for relaxation at home, in bed, not in labor. You practice those techniques. And then when you actually are at the hospital in labor, you have that very strong, practiced neural pathway to deep relaxation. And you get out of the way and let this uterus, this very strong muscle, do what it's designed to do, which has a natural expulsive reflex. So I tell people it's a little shocking, but a woman in a coma can give birth.
Wow. Really?
Yes. It is not the mind that births the baby. It is the body.
Yeah, your body.
And we have to get our mind out of the way, right? So what have we learned in our culture? That birth is scary. It's bloody. It's horrific.
Right.
It's going to tear up our bodies, right?
It's going to ruin your body forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Our culture has so ingrained fear and terror
negative of it,
that what is your outcome? It's going to be what you
Perceive
Sure,
it to be.
absolutely.
So, and in indigenous cultures, it's so different. If you go even now today in indigenous cultures, you've seen your sisters give birth, your aunts give birth, your cousins give birth. You've seen it. You've been there.
You've delivered a baby.
Yeah.
You probably delivered a baby. So when it's your turn, it's like your whole world is informed around, I can do this. My body's designed to do it.
Right. You know what? When we come back, we have to take a commercial break. When we come back, though, I want to talk a little bit about the history of birth, because you talked about, what our society is deemed as birth,
And how it really began.
How it really began. We'll be right back.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. Theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Milan, host of Read All About It. I interview authors of all kinds about their journeys of writing and the struggles that they face. You can watch my show at 12 p.m. on Wednesdays. Tune in to Radio Vision Networks. We hope to see you then.
Hi, I'm Jim Turpin, host of Your Best 50. Please join me every Thursday at 3:30 where we'll cover topics that are important to the baby boom generation and their kids. And let us help you make this your best 50.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Morning Coffee. I'm your guest co-host, Jacqueline Dixon, here with my show co-hosts, Keith and Charlene, and back with Supriya Jost from Blossom Birth. She is the founder, and she is sharing with us some amazing information today about empowering us and empowering women to sort of reclaim what we were meant to do as women in childbirth, which is really, really amazing.
And not to be frightened.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, you know what? I think it begins with, you look at about, the movies and all this other stuff out there. Women are screaming in the halls.
Oh, it is. Get the towels. There's blood everywhere.
All this stuff,
it's horrible.
You know where that comes from? When we see see these images of babies coming through like covered in blood, and so people think it's the birth is bloody. It's actually usually the result of an episiotomy, where they cut the mother's pelvic floor both up and down, and then baby's coming through a waterfall of mother's blood.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So that's where that image comes from, and it's a
Hold
misnomer.
me? Can you please hold me? I'm like,
So I'm so committed. I told you I'm committed to everybody's perineum.
Yeah,
I'm
she
kidding.
is.
I want every woman to have an intact perineum. That's what we're talking about. I don't want anybody to have that sliced and diced because it's traumatic.
Happy
and it can
perineum,
affect your
happy
life so dramatically
That's
into your
right.
future. Your continence, your
Sure.
sex life, everything going forward. People who laugh, and they can't laugh because they're gonna
I
hate
know.
all of that stuff. I don't want women to have to go through that. I want you to be able to laugh. Laugh.
Well,
like
let me tell you
crazy.
how enticing that makes it sound to those of us that haven't had children yet.
So I'm committed to your perineum. So come in and learn about how to do that. It's through relaxation. How hard is that? Right. And techniques are very powerful, effective, simple. There's not a lot of them, and they work.
Now,
So
do
and
you,
your baby gets the
do you offer
benefit.
any aftercare techniques after
Yes.
birth for strengthening
Yes.
those muscles
Oh,
again?
Actually, the course is very comprehensive because we deal not only with anatomy, physiology, we also deal with relationship enhancement. Because once baby comes,
there's no time for anything.
things are different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
6 kids. Do you guys do date night? Do you guys make sure that there's some time?
He will now.
Make sure. So we talk about that. There's 5 love languages that we get into, and I have to tell you, people say that that's one of their favorite parts of the classes because they really tune into each other, find out what really fills their heart, their love tank. And it makes things go smoother because one of the best gifts you can give your child is a happy home.
Absolutely.
Happy parents, right?
I hear that a
We
lot
also-
from parents now, like that it's, I think it was somebody had said it once in an interview that they put their marriage first and their kids second, and it was very taboo, but I
Doesn't
feel
it
like
have
you
to be
would,
that way?
sure, absolutely.
Should it be that way?
I don't know.
You love your kids. You love your kids, but you also have to have a huge commitment to your
Your
home,
partner.
No,
your
you-
partner, and what you're creating together.
Your kids, your kids you'd kill for.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
No, I'm not
kill
saying
for
that
it.
you would. That
I
place in
mean,
your heart is its
Yeah,
own place.
it's kids are just
Yeah.
But you're their foundation, I think, is what we're
Yes.
saying.
Yeah.
So you want that
Yeah.
foundation to be really strong.
Yeah.
Right.
So I also teach newborn soothing techniques because
Oh, that's
one of the
interesting.
biggest things that slows down labor and stalls labor. Here women who have been in like 36
Oh
hours.
my gosh.
Is
that necessary?
It's fear. It's a psychological component. And so in our class, we deal with fears, concerns. We turn the lights on in the class so that they don't show up when you're in labor, right? Because that's when you don't want to deal with it.
Right.
So
we
it's going to
have
promote that tension you were talking
right.
about earlier.
We have really want to stay with a supportive environment where you've dealt with and prepared with things ahead of time. We do birthing affirmations. I actually have my own, I don't call it CD anymore because there's no such thing as CDs, right? My own MP3 tracks that people get in the program.
Oh, that's so
Guided
great.
relaxation, visualization, as
Great.
well as affirmations, breathing. So they basically get to take me home with them and listen. And I had one mom who at the hospital, she had her earbuds in. She's like, no, don't take away my earbuds.
Not yet.
It helped her through her labor.
So great, yeah.
Do you know she named her baby after me?
Oh my gosh, how wonderful is that?
Supriya Jane.
I'm sure that's
Wow.
happened
And
more
she's
than
so
you even
beautiful.
know.
Yeah,
She's
that's
so
great.
beautiful. One other amazing story I'd love to share. Is that okay?
Sure.
One couple came and they were so awesome. They're a military couple. Diet, nutrition, exercise, everything was so on point. And the dad was really involved. He even took notes. I mean, it was great. So their labor was going really well, smoothly. And that's one of the things, these techniques, they actually shorten each surge. Hello? Who doesn't want a shorter surge?
Right.
And it shortens the length of labor.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that question.
So
Is there an
everything
average?
goes quicker. Well, everybody's a different
Everybody's body
case,
is different, right?
depending on, there's so many variables, but she was going very quickly. Her labor was progressing, and they were in the hospital. Everything was going so fast, which is very normal to expect. When you're relaxed, your body can actually labor without you feeling anything. You're thinking about it now. I can see it. She's thinking about the kids, right?
Yeah.
So,
She's gonna have to.
I'm thinking about getting. No, I'm not thinking about it. I'm wondering what my cat's at home doing right now. Wasn't thinking about
you, Jack. So here they are. They're at the hospital. Things are going so well, and all of a sudden they're directed to push. And as all humans, we're very obedient, especially in a very intense moment like that. So she shifted into what she thought they wanted, which is like a,
ooh, yeah.
And all of a sudden, baby's heart rate went into distress. And they said, we may have to do an emergency C-section.
What?
So here's this.
It's a drastic change to that baby's environment.
How are things going? Well, this is what I teach in the class.
Yeah.
There's this crux moment where things are going one way to natural birth, and all of a sudden it's like shift.
Wow.
That's
pretty scary.
So the dad, amazing man, he said, remember your birth breath, which is what we teach in the class. And she shifted into that, and baby was born vaginally 2 minutes later.
Amazing.
Wow.
That's a great story.
Isn't that amazing?
Great
I cried
story.
when I heard that story because it was this moment of a completely different outcome versus what they had set their, had
intention,
practiced.
right?
Yeah. And how quickly these moments can take place. But when you have the tools, when you're prepared and you've been practicing, it's like you can not have to go down that road.
Absolutely.
And
That's
breath
nice.
is one of the biggest things. I will tell you right now.
Oh, it's
Breath
in anything.
I always tell everybody in the
Right.
class, if you're not breathing, who doesn't get oxygen?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So please, in labor, always breathe. Never
Right.
stop breathing. That's the number one thing.
Be
as well
surprised
as all
what
those other
one
things.
long breath can do for your whole day.
Breathing
It
is
changes
so-
everything.
Even for now. Like
Yeah,
even just
absolutely.
breathing right now.
None of us breathe right. They
Yeah.
say
Yeah, we
that
all shallow.
We all shallow breathing. You know what? This has been a great segment. We'll have to have you come back. Tell
I'd
the
love
listeners
to.
out there where they can find your all your information.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I am at blossomandbirth.com. That's www.blossomandbirth.com. And I'm on Facebook. On my website, you'll see my schedule. I got schedules of classes going through to December. And it's really fun, relaxed date night with your partner. And my commitment is to you and your baby. I really feel like babies kind of bring their parents in. We choose our parents. We choose how we want to have our birth. So here's the opportunity to learn and to gift that to your child. So I would love to talk to anybody who has any questions.
It just shines right through your
does.
passion
Yeah,
for this.
absolutely.
Yes, I'm
the
very
passion.
passionate.
Yes.
And it is an amazing gift that you can give to yourself, but also to your baby.
Your
It's
child
really
will have a huge difference in their life. There's studies that show how children, their behavior, their reaction, if they have not had a traumatized birth, visualize this. Your baby's born, you're calm. You're not in anxiety.
No.
You're not in fight or flight. They're coming through the cortisol, they're coming through your body in a way that's peaceful. Now, I'm not saying it's not intense, but it's peaceful. And then all of a sudden, they're put up onto mommy's breast.
And she's
They're
calm.
safe.
Right.
Yeah, so here's mommy. Here's, the parents are there. There's this whole belief system around my needs are met. I'm safe. I'm wanted. I accomplished a difficult task with success.
Right.
Think about all those going forward in your life as a belief system for your child to be able to accomplish tasks, to feel like they're valid and worthy, their voice is valid. All of these things set up a powerful human being.
Again, empowerment.
Yeah, and that's my commitment. We can change the world
That's
one
awesome.
birth at a time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with our next guest.